Black Panthers had some of the most iconic clothing choices that you would regularly see their members in. Why did they choose the clothing that they wore? What was the significance behind this? I'm Lindsay, and this is Protest Fashion. I talk a lot on here about fashion history and share my outfits, and this series was a way to pivot my followers to share about something that I care about, which is the liberation of all people under white supremacy and capitalism. The Black Panthers was a very revolutionary movement that was started in the 60s. This was a Marxist Leninist group that was started by college students in 1966. Their focus and their goal was Black liberation and Black power. Anyway, please look this up if you do not know more on this, but let's dive into fashion. And first, we're going to talk about the berets. Did you know that berets are a symbol of rebellion? Leaders Huey and Bobby decided to incorporate berets into what they wore after seeing the French resistance in a movie wearing them. The focus point of the beret is about rebelling against the police. Many members had an afro which went against the white and European sort of beauty standards at the time. Many individuals during this time period and many other time periods often would have to straighten their hair as like a form of survival in order to get jobs, and they wanted to combat that completely. One of their main slogans was Black is Beautiful. They wanted to fight back against the norms of certain beauty standards that were very current at the time and throughout many other times and even currently. If you look through many images of members during this time, a lot of them are wearing sunglasses. And if you look back on my first video, I will also talk about being anonymous. As I talked about in my first video, and as I will cover throughout this series, protest fashion is a lot about safety. The FBI deemed them as like the greatest internal threat in the United States at this time. They used sunglasses to conceal their identities as they were being surveilled by police and the FBI. Another note I wanted to touch on is that members all dress the same no matter what gender they identified with. Primarily, there is an asterisk here that I will put that sometimes the like women members did not always wear a leather jacket, but a lot of the times that they did. Anyway, back to the point, they did not want a hierarchy of gender in their spaces, so they all wore just about the same uniform. Many other civil rights movements, like if you think Dr. Martin Luther King, dressed a lot differently than the Panthers at this time, but there is an explanation for that. King would often dress and push people to dress in like their Sunday best. They wanted to be taken seriously. They were like, we are going to dress up in our best, so we are taken seriously. And the Black Panthers were like, no, we don't need to do that. The way they dressed was completely symbolic. They did not want to assimilate into white culture. They had no desire to do that, which is why they did not dress in their Sunday best as many others did during this time, and they were often criticized for that. And lastly, to wrap this up, the jackets that you may see in most photos are either camo or leather jackets.